Hello, everybody, and I apologize for the 10-day or 15-day hiatus. I was working on videos, and my computer had an error, so I had to send it to Best Buy because I couldn't fix it. And I just got it back today, and I still have other plans. I have like 3 or 4 of them, and I'm going to be doing Let's Plays, but I realize I won't have those out for another few days or so, so I might as well do something I can finish in just an hour to show people I'm back, and I'm going to be getting back on my regular schedule soon enough, so I came up with this. Now, top 5 book series. Odd kind of list, considering the kind of channel that I am. But, as a writer, yes, I write, I felt inclined to share my inspirations and favorites. Now, these are book series, whether I know the official title of them or not, or whether I even care, really. I might give them just a title. To define that, it is a series of books starring the same characters in new situations or continuations of old situations. Now, you'd normally think that such a fan of anime and movies wouldn't really read, except maybe like comics and manga. But no, I do enjoy reading a traditional book. They're very good and oftentimes very fascinating and just brilliant. More people need to read. Now, I highly recommend all of these books, except the 2 series on this list are for more mature audiences, around 18, and that is number 3 and number 1. But I'll mention that again in case you forget. And I think more people need to read, but oh well. And also, there are many other books that I like, but since they're not a series, they won't be here, and it's very hard for me to choose books. Other media I can usually choose, but books are a bit more difficult for me. I don't know why. Oh well. But I do have many other books, single books that I read that I do enjoy, and there are series that I do enjoy, but these are the top 5 favorites. So they won't be here. Now then, here is the very odd list, considering my channel, of my top 5 favorite book series. Number 5. The Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. This one is pretty much a household name, as is the second one on this list, the one after this, as they both have become well-known movie titles that are not as good as the book. At least number 4 has a decent movie. This one, the Percy Jackson movies, they're not all that great. The Percy Jackson series, as many unofficially call it, it has an official name. I know the second one is The Heroes of Olympus, has many books. And they're around middle school to high school level, but still mature enough to be enjoyed by older readers. They star Percy and his friends, children of the Greek gods, usually trying to save the world. Simple concept, basically, but a lot of fun. The author Riordan has another series, The Kane Chronicles, that's also really good. I recommend both. But Percy's just a bit better, so I'd say read that one. Or read both, whichever you want. Number 4. The Inheritance series by Christopher Paolini. This is a series about Aragon, by the way, in case you didn't know, because not everyone knows the actual title of it. They just know, oh, it's the books with Aragon. These are fantasy titles, fantastic ones, although they aren't very different from other fantasy books involving a large variety of races. They usually have a typical formula. They have a complex but also interesting world, they involve the staple fantasy races, and they usually involve some kind of war or conflict. Then again, most books involve conflict. In this, they are fighting the fallen dragon rider, Galbatorix, who is feared by many and is very powerful. Aragon is a young dragon rider, who is the rider to the young dragon Saphira, and both are still learning, but, you know. And the other characters he gets to know are good. I fucked up. Aragon is a young dragon rider, the rider to the young dragon Saphira, and they are both the people's only hope of stopping the Dark Rider Galbatorix. The world they create is very good, Aragon is a good hero, and the other characters he gets to know are good as well. The book has a great amount of twists and suspenseful moments to keep the readers hooked, and is a very good read altogether. However, a little warning, these books are big. The first book is 849 pages, so not for those with very little time on their hands. You gotta devote quite a bit to this stuff, but still good. Number 3. Sigma Force series by James Rawlins. This series is a fantastic thriller series. It stars the members of an American organization called Sigma, and the members are often referred to as scientists with guns. And they all have very clear and amazing personalities. They're just fantastic and awesome, and I love every single one of them. So when something happens to them, you feel bad. Then again, like, the top 3 on this list usually can fall into that category. If something bad happens to them, you usually feel bad. Not that the other ones don't, but not to the same extent. The top 3 here are amazing. Now, the stories in all these books, there's like 11, take you all across the world, and are just so amazingly well done that it's really hard to forget them. Hell, I remember what happened even after I forgot the name of the damn books. This series and the #1 series are both for mature readers, like I said in the beginning. I'd say at least 18. There's a lot of death, there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of swearing, there's a lot of sex, and there's a lot of love. And I like the main couple. They're very complicated relationship that I heavily enjoy. I wish I could just remember their fucking names, because it's been years since I read these books. Yeah. Anyway, it's all done so damn well and just so satisfying. I recommend it. It's amazing. #2, the Aeon series by Alison Goodman. This fantasy series is very different from that of Inheritance, at least in the nature of what it is, maybe not what it's about. It's a 2-book series starring a young woman named Aeon, who is pretending to be a boy to be the next one chosen by the Rat Dragon. The world revolves around the dragons, based on the animals of the Chinese zodiac. They all have a corresponding master, the one who can use their powers to help the world. Aeon wants to be the Rat Dragon, whose year is coming up, and they're choosing the next, what's the word? The one who will follow the master, and then when the master dies, they become the next master, basically. Apprentice, there we go. I'm trying to think of what the word was. I didn't write it in my script. Yeah. But big spoiler here, Aeon ends up being chosen by the Mirror Dragon, who was missing for hundreds of years. Or they can also know as the Dragon, because, the dragon is part of the Chinese zodiac. And she's the first woman to be chosen, because originally she wasn't known to be a woman. Then it's like, oh my god, she's a woman. I was like, oh my god. Yeah. And some people are okay with it, some people are not, but it doesn't matter because a lot of them get killed. She partners up with the prince to stop his brother, who basically took over near the end of the second book, and that's what the second book's about, stopping them. The two mains are very good, and they fight and love, and they go back and forth like a real couple. It gets some really great twists in it, and it will keep readers hooked. I prefer the second book, but the first is really good too. Just a good series. #1, the Pendergast series by Douglas Preston and Lincoln Child. These are the best thrillers ever, in my opinion. Hands down. The FBI agent Aloysius Pendergast is like a modern Sherlock Holmes, only so much better. He is mysterious, romantic, elegant, and very intelligent. He's a hard man to read, and he is one hell of a damn good character. The others are all awesome too, like Dagosta, Nora, and Smithback. The series really gets you thinking with its ingenious plots and amazing twists and setups. Oh, it's so fucking good. All of these characters hold up so well, and they make the story all that better. And overall, the books are a blast to read. They keep you hooked. They're big thrillers, keeping you paying attention and wanting to know more to the very last moment. They involve ancient murderers, conspiracies, family bonds, and haunting pasts, returning and becoming relevant once again, intertwining with all these characters and their personalities and how they interact with each other. Each book can stand on its own as a gripping page-turners. I cannot recommend them enough to thriller fans, or even just your average reader. They're freaking fantastic, and I love them, and if I had money, I'd get the new ones, but I don't have money, so I'll have to wait, and it kind of annoys me, but I can wait. But I still love these books. Really recommend them. Yeah. Anyway, those were my top 5 favorite book series. Like I said, you should read all of them. They're all good. Really good. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos. Also, make sure to check out my supporters. All that great stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out, suckers.